Everybody else has joined us. Hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
If I didn't catch your country or city, or if you want to say, just unmute yourself and tell us all around the world, where are you videoing me from?
Hi from Tokyo. It's 4 a.m. here.
Hi, Tokyo.
Hi, LA.
Nice to see you. Welcome.
Nice to see you. I love your hair color.
Thank you.
Yay.
I'm from Germany.
Germany. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi, Marie. Okay. We have Simone and Sylvia and Anne and Christine. I'm so excited. All these happy faces. Wow. How did I get so lucky? How do we all get so lucky? So, wait. I didn't hear if someone was sharing anything with us. Christine, honey, it's all yours.
Well, we are going to start with Anne Maxwell, our Executive Director of the Access Possibility School.
Oh, wait. First, can we record?
Yes, we are recording.
Yes. Awesome.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first huge open house for Access Possibility School. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am, and I'm gonna be really proud of myself if I make it through without crying. Gary Douglas and Dane here, the co-creators of Access Consciousness, asked me a couple of years ago to look into the possibility of having a school created for kids along the lines of the Access philosophy, if you will, way of being out in the world, to give kids the space to be who they are, to tap into who they actually are and what they can be and do, so that they can become the creators, the innovators of the future, right? That's what he and Dane both recognized. So many of the schools that are out there now, regardless of what country they're in, really sort of squash kids out of that. So we put together this amazing team of creators. We have amazing teachers and people who've created a platform for us. And our school is unlike any other school. Oh, what a surprise. So our school is an online school. It's a private school, and it's global. And so we operate around the world. We offer classes to kids no matter what country they're in. Our teachers are all certified to teach the classes and the grades and the subjects that they teach. And the curriculum that we offer is based on the US program that ends in a high school diploma, since it's universally recognized by all universities and colleges essentially in the world. So we opened our doors a year ago to elementary school kids and middle school kids. And what makes us different? This platform we're going to spend a lot more time learning about, but what our kids get to do is have daily contact between each other and between themselves and teachers. And that's something that other online programs don't have. The kids that we do have are kids that come to us pretty damaged from the regular school system and really sort of tentative at first, hiding underneath the desk, behind the chair, like that kind of stuff, not talking. These are kids now who they can't stop talking. They're excited to learn. Simone was telling us that her 8-year-olds were wanting to learn more about genomes, right? And just begging her not to end the class at the end of class the other day. So I'm going to actually turn this over to the teachers right now. Again, our teachers are all Access Consciousness facilitators, and they're also certified to teach all the subjects that they're teaching. I spend my time traveling around the world, taking classes, doing classes, and also speaking. So if any of you out there know of any schools that would be interested in partnering with us, or groups of parents who would like to learn more about our approach, please get in contact with us and let us know. But right now I'm going to turn it over to the people who make me cry every day because of the gift that they are to these kids, the teachers. So hi, guys. Christine DiDomenico is our principal, who was set to retire a year ago. Actually made it. she agreed to come work with us 2 weeks before her retirement would have been in effect. So welcome, Christine.
Thank you. I teach physical education and health. Yes, teach physical education online and our health program. And I'm also the principal of the Access Possibility School. And like Ann said, I just jumped on board. She's been working so hard on this with a group of people behind the scenes for a long time before we opened. And I was excited to join. My background is in the New York State public schools. I taught 32 years in the schools, and I've always been an adventurous person, always looking for new possibilities in education. So this was just a perfect fit for me to step into retirement and join the school. So it's been a lot of fun. I have learned so much from our other teachers and continually learn from the teachers and the kids. It's really a pleasure to be part of this. And now I'd like to introduce Sylvia Fuentes, our math and Spanish teacher.
So hello, everyone, and what a joy. What a joy to see so many of you around the world. Wow, I've been teaching kids and adults for over 17 years and probably more. I've lost count. I was invited to come on APS by Ann Maxwell. And at that moment, I actually had stepped out of the classroom. I was really in the question, like, there's got to be something else. I just knew that there was more possible in the schools. I knew that the kids, when I worked with them one-on-one, with the parents, I just knew there was so much more possible. And it's interesting, the gift of asking a question. Things show up sometimes like you just don't expect they will. So here I am teaching online with kids, around the world. I enjoy math. Math is one of my subjects. I always tell the kids, I'm not a wizard, but I love exploring different possibilities and just ways of looking at problems and patterns. So that's the joy I bring to math. And then Spanish, I've been teaching language in bilingual schools and immersion schools for many years, and actually teach adults and kids on our APS school. So delighted to be here. I welcome you all to explore our website and our school. And if you ever have any questions, I'm here and available. And another amazing teacher is Simone Pador, and I'll send it off to her.
Hi, my name is Simone. I had a phone call from Ann Maxwell last November, or the November before, actually, and she said, hey, do you want to start a school? I was like, yes. So this is why I became a certified access facilitator, was in the prospect of one day there would be a school that I could teach in that uses these amazing access tools. So I've been teaching probably for about 10 to 12 years in different ways. And I've been a school teacher for approximately 7 to 8 years. And yeah, I love learning and I love teaching all kinds of things. And here I get to teach all kinds of things. I teach science, I teach social studies, I teach English, I teach art, I teach theater, and I sometimes teach French. So to middle school and elementary. So I'm usually pretty busy and I love it. So yeah, so that's a little bit about me. And so I'm going to move on now and show you our other platform, which is called Haiku. So I'm going to do this wonderful thing that I never get tired of. I'm going to share my screen. So all of you will be in this little corner, or maybe you're in another corner. So this is what it looks like, folks. This is our Haiku page. And kids will come in, they'll probably come into the welcome page here. And this is where there will be information such as supply lists, calendars, and etc. I'll just move down so you can see those things. So they'll have their weekly schedule, important dates coming on. And now I'm just going to move to the subjects. And Sylvia is going to cover some of the other stuff on the welcome page in a bit. So English, one of my favorite subjects to teach. Here are some examples of what this might look like. I've got some elementary classwork. And this website, and I apologize if I'm speaking too fast, I tend to do that. So this website is going to be available for you guys after this in the email that we'll send out to you. So you can go back and you can explore, and you can find out a bit more about SumDog and what the elementary classroom and middle school classroom looks like, and some of the classwork. And here's some of the games in the corner here. We teach a lot through games and play, and it's amazing how fast kids learn that way. I'm continuously amazed. This is also where kids can go for assignments. So they would go on here, they see that, oh, this is an assignments box here. They can go to the Dropbox, and then they can put their assignment in there, and then you'll have different kids like Lale listed there. So just moving on to the next one here. We've also got our science page. Now this is where kids can also see their recording of the class. So just like you guys will be able to see the recording of this class, they can come back if there was something that they missed or a concept they didn't quite get, they can come back and look at this. So depending on our kids' interests, we try to pull different things in. So for instance, we've got a lot of kids that love doing art, so we will just study cactuses through art and things like that. We also have kids that love to write, and so that's another aspect that we look at. And studying things like the body and bones is a little bit different in this school, where we look at things that are happening out there, like bog bodies and what happens to bones when you put them in different pHs and things like that. So that's a sort of brief overview. Also, I always put all my resources. So here you have elementary plant science. So the kids can go back and they can see what that resource was, or maybe they just really were interested and they wanted to know more. And also, we can put information on the side here. So I'm going to go to the art page really briefly, only because that's one of my favorite things. So again, you can go in here later, see some of the art that the kids have been creating, and just sort of check out some of the assignments that we've had and some of the cool videos. So I'm going to stop my share now, and I'm going to pass it on to Sylvia. And again, if I was speaking too quickly or there was things that you missed, the great thing is we're recorded, folks. You can go back and watch.
And the link for that page is in the chat right now. So if you want to copy that to go back to later, you can do that also.
Yeah. And also, just before I forget, there's also a button on each subject page, and that's where the kids go into class. They just click that button. It says come to class. It's got a little schoolhouse, and that's how they go in.
Great. And thank you, Simone. So what she's referring to, like if we were to go here into the subject math, there is a little schoolhouse that once they click that little schoolhouse, it takes them directly to their Zoom classroom, so then they connect quickly and easily. So I wanted just to quickly show you our website. And one of the gifts of, well, there's so many things to share, but one of the gifts about our website too is that this is also another way that kids could log into the classroom. Right up here, there's a button on the right that says classroom login. And what I wanted to share with all of you is that really Access Possibility School, there's so much we offer. And so if you look under programs, we have summer school classes coming up. We have the children's school program, which is what Simone just went over. We also have extracurricular classes for children and teens and for adults as well, and tutoring. So, you know, there may be students or your own child that may just need a little extra subject, and we can definitely look at the schedule and see what we have available. I wanted just to also just briefly show you our summer program. We have a wealth of just amazing instructors around the world that are coming through APS to teach some amazing courses. So you can explore that. We have everything from building bridges and breaking them. We have an incredible Connor Hill, who is he's an engineer professionally and has come in to really play with the kids and through many different mediums. We also will have a couple Spanish classes that I will be teaching, and just through like murder mystery and some other fun ways to play with language and develop some new vocabulary and phrases. So everything from campfire songs to fun with turbines and some book clubs with Simone Pador. So take the moment and just browse and see what may actually interest your children for the summer. We would love to have them. And if you have any questions, we have a site where you can contact us, which is questions@accesspossibilityschools.com. So you can always reach us that way as well. I also just quickly wanted to mention that here on this page that you'll have access to, we actually created it just for you. So there's additional information on this welcome page. There's some about Anne. As she mentioned, she's out traveling around the world doing speaking engagements and also facilitating classes. So she is available if you'd like her to come visit you at your school.
Can I just say one thing in there?
Yes.
Going out and speaking, Gary said, I asked Gary, well, what classes do we offer? And what he said to me was offer classes to the kids who are asking for them. So there are kids in Europe that are asking for classes. There are kids in Australia. And there are whole schools and school districts in the U.S. that are also asking for classes. So we're in a state of, like, a constant state of creation. And please, please, please let us know. We're happy to provide classes wherever you are. Yeah.
Thank you, Anne. And I just briefly wanted to speak also to, there's a program we use, it's called SumDog. It's really about educating by engagement. And just like Simone Couture mentioned, we are, always looking at creative, fun ways to engage the community. And some people might think, oh, but they're just games, are they really learning? And it's amazing what they do learn. And for one of we use Khan Academy and SumDog, and that actually tracks their progress. So if a child, we get to set their skills. So if we've done a whole unit on measurement and they're reviewing, say, their multiplication, we can set the skills where those are the questions they get asked throughout their games, which is a fun way to have them review. And then we get a progress report on their progress. So if a child has platformed in a certain area, we know that it's time to move them. If they need help, we can see that through their report. So just quickly wanted to share that with you. There's a lot of fun resources that we have here at Access Possibility School. But I actually would like now to move it over to one of our parents. Because one of the things that we are very gifted with is that the courageous parents that have come on board at APS, and just a little bit before I move on to our parent, is that one of the things here at Access Possibility School is that we really do look at every child individually. We look at their needs, where they're at, what they require. We meet as a staff ongoingly to discuss each child and how they're doing in different subjects. And so it's been amazing to see children open up and blossom and become more expressive. And there's been several kids that have actually moved on to a different grade level because that's just where they're at. So we have that ease to really customize their learning. So, and so now I move it on to one of our parents, Chris Studer. Are you there? There she is. And
I'm here.
There you are.
Hi, everybody.
So, welcome. And anything you'd like to share as a parent or anything about your kids?
Yes. Hi, everybody. I have 2 kids in the school at the moment, maybe 3 next year. I was not actually thinking of moving my kids so quickly, but my kids were. So I needed to jump. Ian has always been very easy with the school system, but for some reason, when Access School started, he was not very good on the school. So he was really aggressive and difficult. It was really a stressful moment for us. And the cool thing when he moved to Access Possibility School is there was this open possibility and no judgment for him that allowed him to start relaxing and being kind of there, at least being in the school. And with the time, he started to be more open and kind of starting knowing the teachers and enjoying it. And at the moment I saw kind of when he knew that he was not wrong for whatever he chose before, then he started to kind of thrive and, oh my goodness, now he's moving even into a next grade faster than I thought possible, and he enjoys so much. Kind of the interaction is like this one-on-one, like we are here, the teachers are right there with them, and they have a difficulty and they address that difficulty. And if we cannot get it in one day when they have, for example, then the other kid has been having difficulty in the classroom, he doesn't want to participate really into waiting or for the other person to talk, or he just want to learn only about rocks. It's the only thing he wants to learn. They don't make him wrong. They just try their best to kind of give him what he requires and desires. So it's kind of different because we are kind of used to make them wrong, and we are coming from that type of environment too. So for me as a parent, has been a learning experience also with Simona. Before our math teacher was Adele. It's kind of, oh my goodness, how can I open myself as a parent as they are being the teachers? No judgment at all. Allow them to choose and be okay with it. It's like, okay, let's try. So it has been an adjustment for me too. And what Anne has said before, we are always kind of adjusting the school for the needs of the parents, the teachers, the family, the students. It's like all the time is moving. So that's really cool because we are never the same one day and the next. Anybody has any questions? For me, it has been an amazing experience. For me, it's a blessing. I can travel and I can go anywhere. And if I have a computer and a Wi-Fi, I'm on. The kids are on in the classroom. We can go anywhere in the world. And I don't have the principal saying to me, you cannot take the kids again. Christine will say, go ahead, let's go for it. So that's really, really an amazing difference I have seen. And the attitude of Eli, my second boy, that has been kind of, it's very sad what happened in the other school because they were making him so wrong that he was shutting down. Now he doesn't know if they want to have it anymore because he's always talking. He's always turning around with his chair and happy to explore new possibilities and learning, and so excited to go to class. He's running at 8 a.m. to meet the math teacher, and that's really weird in my house. So what else is possible here? The teachers are actually enjoying it and running, and I don't need to say, hey, time for class. No, they go.
Yes, thank you so much, Chris. And yes, he likes to beat me to class. He likes to arrive early. He's all, I've been on for a minute.
Yes. He times you.
I want to address some of the questions that are in the chat. So somebody asked, is it an extracurricular school? Actually, she didn't get what we talked about earlier. So we are right now a K through 8 school. And we offer all the academic, math, science, social studies, English. We offer health and phys ed, art, theater, technology and design, music, and I think I got them all. We are based on the Texas state standards. So we're meeting all the standards, and we're very different. One of the other questions was, how are you different? And I believe we did address that in the last couple of people who talked, Chris and Sylvia. So if you have any more questions about that. It's amazing to watch Simone and Sylvia with the kids. And what's really different is there's nothing that's solidified. It's just always changing. We're always in the question of what we can be or do different. And it's the space that the teachers are that create the change. And I've seen that before. I've also had a tutoring center for a while, and it's not the curriculum that's changing them. It's the space that we be, the questions that we ask, the change that we're willing to be, and that they're willing to be, and that the parents like Chris are willing to be also.
Can I just add something to that? Like, one of the things that the teachers do is that they teach kids the way the kids would like to learn. And so there's no preconceived idea about how they have to learn. And what I've been able to see is that kind of flexibility is so refreshing for the kids, and they just love it. They just are so excited to go to school now.
One of the things I'd like to add to what Anne was saying, one of the things that was brought to my attention very early was one of our middle school kids was like, I would like to learn things that are of value and are relevant to me. so that I know about, what a mortgage is when I leave school. I know how to balance my checkbook. I know what inflation is. I know what deflation is, because I hear these words, and or I'm watching the elections and they're talking about this, and I want to know. I feel like I'm in the dark. So in social studies, that's very something that we cover all the time. And even in science, if we're looking at the body, we're also looking at forensics and archaeology. So it's also looking outside and connecting it to the real world. And that's one of the huge things that makes us different, is that we're making it relevant for the kids and also their interests.
And the gift too of being an online private school, as different topics come on, that we are able to reach out, and the kids could Google something very quickly, or we can each Google something. It looks like someone needs to be muted, Christine. Not sure, I hear some background noise. Anyway, so that's just incredible, because you have these incredible questions that I might not know. So also look at that and use the online as a resource. So really grateful for that. Thank you. So are there any other questions that we have coming in?
Someone's asking, what will the kids get upon graduation of this school?
They'll get a high school diploma. They'll get a high school diploma that's a U.S. high school diploma, and high school diplomas are globally recognized at all the universities and colleges as appropriate for admission. So.
And Anne, would you talk more about the program for high school? Someone's asking. So
I will. We're asking ourselves every day. So at this point, we don't have a high school program per se set up. And going back to what Gary said, we are happy to create whatever high school program kids are asking for. What it's looking like right now is we might start with adding the 9th grade next year, although we're still not set on that. We're talking to a school district, and it's just whatever's going to make sense for us towards the end of the summer. I get that we can create whatever's required. And whatever kids are asking for. So it may be subject by subject, or it may be grade at a time, or a combination of both.
Hey, Anne, can I add to that?
Yeah, please do.
You guys, we would love to have a high school program tomorrow.
Yeah.
We require the kids. So right now, there's a lot of interest. We need to know who's interested. So, that's what we ask of you guys is, what can you share with us? Who do you know that might benefit from the school, and share the information about the school with them? We would love to have that program as soon as possible, but we also need to make sure we have the kids who are going to be able to take the program for us to create the program.
Yep.
So I know there's a couple of high school kids that I've been talking to, and Christine and Anne and everybody, and they're so gung-ho excited that I know they're magic creators. They're going to be creating this high school program as soon as possible. So anything anyone else can contribute, we would be so grateful.
And there's also a question here about autism. And we do have some kids that are on the spectrum. And it's just been magic. This is one of the things we specialize in, everyone, is we are able to use these amazing access tools and create a space for these kids that they can function with more ease. We have one guy who, when he first came to us, he was sort of all over the place. And now he is pushing the rest of the class forward, and everyone is doing amazing things thanks to him being in the class. So, and sometimes he has difficulties, and sometimes, he gets frustrated. And the cool thing is, if I just go, okay, that's fine. And just being that space, not judging him, just allowing him to be where he is, and just keep asking questions, and it changes. And I'm surprised every day the miracles that occur with all of our kids, including the kids that are on the spectrum.
Yeah. So we are a school for all kids, and in addition, and all kids includes kids at either end of the I don't even know what the line is called, but kids who are labeled special ed, and then kids who are labeled gifted and talented, and every child in between with whatever mental health diagnoses are given to them. We don't view them as sick or disordered. We view them as different. And the program that these teachers have come up with, based on an accredited program, the Texas State Standards, the academic program that they've come up with, works so well for these kids. And these kids are thriving. We have a 12-year-old who made a jump in math from 3rd or 4th grade level when she first started up to grade level by December, when she had started in September. So huge progress, amazing stories like that.
There's another question. Is this a complete school, or are the kids in regular school as well as Access School? And we have full-time kids and we have part-time kids. So we have one boy who is in regular school, and he actually goes to a classroom and joins us for English. So you can sign up full-time or any part of part-time.
Part-time is a class, right? Or two.
Yeah. And another question is, do you have school available in Florida? This is an online school, so anybody from anywhere around the world can join us. Our time frame, we do start at 6 a.m. Pacific time and go till 12:30 Pacific time. So it's early for the West Coast, and then it's 3 hours later for the East Coast. We have had European kids also. So it's really, you have to look at, if you're in another country, about the time, and will this work for your kids, and ask some questions about that.
And back to what Lale said, we're talking with groups of parents in Europe. And again, we can provide a program for kids in European time zone, provided we have the kids.
And also, someone asked about the curriculum being different in other countries. So if you think about, if you came from another country to the U.S. and went to school in the U.S. and then went back to your country, that it's usually transferable. So you also have to look at and ask questions of your own district about whether they will accept this. But my awareness is that people travel all around the world going to school and go from country to country, and the education moves on with them.
And what your country of residence usually requires is some kind of testing or some kind of something to indicate that you're at grade level, and it's just not a deal.
Yep. And the cool thing is the kids can bring their pets to school as well.
We have a lot of that.
And I noticed there's some questions also about just the admissions and tuition. And if you go to our website, there's a tab up above that says admissions, and you scroll down and it breaks down a couple different scenarios, whether it's full-time enrollment, single subject enrollment. So you can browse and look at what you're looking for there.
And true to form, there is no admissions process per se. There are no kids that are turned away. We will take any child who would like to come to the school. So it's not that. It's absent that degree of judgment right from the get-go. You want to come to school, you come to school, and we'll work with you.
Yeah. Well, what else would you like to know? There's so much to share, and I really get something Chris mentioned is that we are listening to the parents, we are listening to the kids, and we've adjusted our schedule at times, created certain new sections in our calendar and during our week. And I remember the first time I was going over our new schedule, and one of the students goes, that was my idea. So the gift of the kids really seeing their ideas actualized in our schedule, in our day. I mean, we're talking about empowering kids to know that they know, to voice what they would like to learn. And when they're done with something, they say, now, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Okay. And we move on. And one of the students, the middle school students, was like, wow, that's never been something I was exposed to before. That I should actually say, like, I'm done with this area. Can we do something else? And it not be a wrongness. So the gift that we are as teachers, as a school. And I just want to a quick little, just gratitude for Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane here both the Access Consciousness co-facilitators, for really this dream and this vision of creating this for the planet. And I am honored just with my, beloved dear teachers and all the staff that's behind the scene. There's an incredible team behind the scene that helps us with the website, that helps us, promote the school. And we would like to invite all of you, if this is something that resonates for you or your child, please share it with people. And if you don't have any kids, share it with people too. Like, who knows who else has been asking for this that may not know about it. So
where do people get in touch with us? How do they do that? One more time.
So you can reach us at questions at accesspossibilitiesschool.com. And we'll follow up with that link to in your email. Because we would love to hear, what do you know? What are you guys curious about? What would you like to see in the school? And maybe what's worked for you as you've worked with your kids. We're open. We're open and available for infinite possibilities. So.
And there's just a question here about language, like what happens if your kid doesn't, isn't familiar with English or has very little English. Two things. Number one, we're just in the process of talking to somebody to develop our program, and Anne can tell you a bit more about that for its English as a second language. And also we have had kids that have joined us from Europe, and their spoken English was very little to begin with. And by the time they left, they were just flying. And I mean, they were only with us just during school time, and the rest of the time they were speaking their mother tongue. So, very exciting. So I'll let Anne speak a bit more about that.
Just really briefly, we're looking at creating English as a second language classes for both kids and adults this summer. And it's in process. It didn't quite get created in time for the open house, and just stay tuned. Just keep going back. We're sending newsletters out a lot more frequently, and as soon as that program is up and running and ready for enrollment, it'll go out in a newsletter to you too as well. So thank you.
You guys, I'd like to add one more thing on there. So one of the things that we're just creating right now is also ambassadors for the school. So if you guys are parents, you don't have to be parents. You could be anything. You can have kids, not have kids. But if you have interest in being part of our school and contributing any way possible, we're calling you Access Possibility School Ambassadors. And we're creating that program. And more information will come out in the next couple of weeks. But if you're interested, definitely you can send it to us at questions@accesspossibilitiesschool.com or info@accesspossibilitiesschool.com. And we're so excited because there's so many amazing people out there in the world, and we'd love to figure out how we can all be part of the same family. The fun family.
And just to quickly interject, because I noticed there's some questions from teachers on there. If you would like to know more about these tools and what we do, we have a radio program every single Monday at 12:30 PST on Blog Talk Radio, and it's always on our Facebook page, posted the day before, week before. So check us out, and there's some great tools and guests that we have on there.
And let us know what you would like to have as teachers out there. Would you like classes, a mentor program? Like, what are you looking for? Because we're really interested in providing. We're really interested in doing whatever it takes to get all this information out there as quickly and as effectively and efficiently as possible. So please let us know. Again, questions@accesspossibilitiesschool.com.
And we're adding teachers to the school. So if you are a teacher and you're interested in joining and having fun with us, let us know as well.
And you don't have to have done loads of Access to have your kids go to this school. We've had kids that have come and they haven't even had their bars run. So, everybody's welcome.
Yeah, that's a great point. We don't teach Access. But we teach an access program, and we use tools as we teach. But this is not like an Access class. This is a school. It's a legitimate school.
Chris, would you?
Can I say something about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with that. They don't teach Access in the classroom, but the awareness that they are gifting them, oh my goodness.
Right.
They don't need to say "Puck and pot." They just open the space for them to be.
Yeah.
And what if that is one of the greatest gifts that you can give to them, to your kids and to your family?
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you for that.
Well, I think we're at the end of our open house. So grateful that you all joined us today. We will send out this recording. If you have more questions, we'll send out that link as well. I'm just so delighted that you all came on. I know we had a lot of people register for the open house, and what would it take to actually change, around the world globally, what we've seen in education and create the space for kids to be who they be in the magic that they are. So thank you once again for joining us, and I look forward to hearing from all of you.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Thank you.
I unmute. Hello.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.